Have a look at this. Yeah, yeah. Look at that. Got a nice like fake shadow thing. Completely baked static lighting. No dynamic shadows whatsoever. Flying? Yeah. I got this guy that I was testing AI with. He does a little chase when he gets close enough. He attacks, doesn't play an animation or anything because these are like the Sonic Runners animations or something. I can't remember exactly. Actually, I can look. Yeah, look, Sonic Runners Adventure apparently. I can't look. Look at this. Where even is this? TLPH laser start. What does that even mean? Anyway, look, got the nav mesh for this guy. I have no idea what I'm doing with AI. So at the moment, I've got this cool state tree, and I've only just like figured out how to use it, and it's actually pretty cool. I have this chase player task, which obviously I want to make these into like, you know, chase a generic thing or something, but for the moment it's fine, I suppose. Like we have this attack which doesn't actually do anything, it just waits a bit and prints. But it's the state tree. Yeah, if you look in the top left you'll also see mission thing. If I click on this, then you'll see completed mission. We got 100 rings. Yes, we got 100 rings. Where is Tails at the moment? I don't know. I haven't like stopped input or anything, so you can still move around and stuff. And also the enemy starts like spinning his tails when you jump because the animation blueprint takes in the player character instead of the owner pawn, because for some reason this fails to cast to this, and obviously I'm going to redo this so it doesn't cast or whatever. This is still just very much testing things because I really am not used to like animation blueprints or anything like that. This is not my forte, so I'm just testing, playing around. But yeah, so the enemy just just flies as well. Yeah, you have a stamina for your glide, stuff like that. There's also actually a save load system. So if I press G and then I press H, wait, was it? Yeah, press H, then I load like that, and if I jump off something and then press H, then it takes my last position from when I jumped. Look at that. And if I fall off something as well, like if I go up here, look at this. Nice lerping in the camera. Anyway, when you fall off something, it loads back up to the last position you were at. Now obviously this is the very last position, so you're literally like teetering on the edge. But, you know, it works, which is nice. And you can also transition between levels as well. There is a loading screen actually. If I go to standalone game, because it only works in the standalone game because it uses the movie player. Look at that, it tells you the active mission as well. So if I'd like save here and then I go and it says do something cool. But if I load, it doesn't load the level. It doesn't load the level. Can I fix that quickly? I don't actually know how I would fix that. Can I just have a reference to the level and then load it? I don't know. I need to look deeper into that. But yeah, this is the weapon stuff. Currently I only have the wrench, which actually I could show the wrench. The wrench doesn't, I'm still in simulating the game. The wrench doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't have a model or animations or anything. It's just a sphere cast. Also doesn't do any damage either. You know, it's there, and then when you like right click, it tries to attack with whatever the thing is. It's basically how Ratchet and Clank's weapons work, more or less. Well, when you have a weapon equipped and you do the wrench attack, it will switch to the wrench attack and do the wrench attack all in one go. But if you have your wrench equipped and you switch to a weapon, then it will switch to the weapon and then you're going to press it again to attack. And there's weapons that are like auto-targeted, they have ammo and stuff like that. The weapons are quite cool. The weapons are stored in a data table, yes. So the wrench, for example, you know, these are like the base metadata for a weapon, which is here. This is the weapon structure for the metadata, and then you have an instant struct for the actual like weapon specific data, which is this. So you select the structure. I could make a a base structure, but I might as well make it anything, just because then you can do it in Blueprint. I don't think I will do it in Blueprint, but you know, whatever. And then you can do this like attack radius and stuff. And this is the data that's used solely inside of the weapon class itself. So for example, when you do like an attack or something, it does the stage for whatever, does, you know, whatever stuff. And so nothing, like anything outside of this specific weapon doesn't need to know about this structure, essentially. It just gets an instance struct object and then saves it or does whatever. It doesn't need to know about this specific thing. Only the weapon itself knows about it. And also, I've split up the different systems into different modules. I tried to do it for like the save system as well and other stuff and the weapon system. But the problem is, the save system like depends on everything else because stuff needs to be saved. But then everything else also depends on the save system because it needs to load from the save system. So, so currently there's a circular dependency between the missions module and the game module, which is actually shown. Where is it even shown? I don't know. It would be shown if it actually did a build. It didn't actually do a build because it was already built. So anyway, there's a circular dependency here because the missions, for the subsystem to be able to actually like load, it's not finding it froze. Ryder, what are you doing? There we go. But can you, no. Okay. Go in the source file. There we go. For it to actually save and load, each individual like system or whatever hooks into the save system and just binds to the delegates. And so then when you just call a save, the on-game save is called or broadcasted, and then everything that's bound to it gets their functions called, and then they all save their stuff in their own way. Now this is obviously fine, except for the fact where then you have a circular dependency. If you wanted to not have a circular dependency, you could have it so that the save system just does all of the saving for everything else. But I don't really want the save system to do that. Or make it so that you abstract it out in some way, but that's over-engineering it. I don't want to do that. So at the moment anyway, circular dependency, don't really care. It's not that bad, but apparently Epic Games are phasing out support for it, so I probably need to fix it if I'm going to upgrade the engine version, which by the way, it's 5.5.3, because that was released recently, the 0.3 patch. Anyway, yeah, there's dialogue as well. There's a dialogue system. There's no UI at the moment. There is a UI system as well. There's subsystems for everything. There's an inventory subsystem, a loading screen subsystem, which does the loading screen, which just does like very basic movie player things, and also like forces shader compilations and asset compilations and whatever. The save subsystem, obviously, and then the widget subsystem, which currently I'm not exactly sure how it's going to properly work, but I have some ideas of it, and I would be doing the UI because that's my job. That's what I do mainly. I would be doing the UI, but I don't have a proper idea of how it's going to look yet. And obviously I want it to be PS2 inspired because, you know, look at this. This is kind of, the whole kind of inspiration of this is like Ratchet and Clank kind of thing. Like, you know, a bit of Sly Cooper, a bit of Jak and Daxter, that kind of thing. That's the whole kind of idea behind this style, where it's like, you know, kind of action platformy thing. But at the moment, I don't even know what I was talking about. What was I going to talk about? Yeah, I also ventured into looking at, where is it? A custom character movement component. This doesn't actually do anything at the moment, because the gliding like stuff is handled in the character at the moment, which is somewhere here. Yeah, start glide, stop glide, that kind of thing. Which I think actually there is a bug where if you start gliding and then you save, yeah, then you can save your position in the air, which I can probably fix right now actually. Because I think the problem is it checks if you're in the air before saving, but obviously if you're in the flying movement mode, then in air doesn't actually get set or something, because it's a completely different movement mode. So I've got to check for that as well. I don't remember where. Jump normally. It works. It works! Never mind, it doesn't work. I fixed the problem, and it does come off the ledge still here. So if I do this and I save and I load, it goes back here. So that still works. I fixed the problem. This is brilliant. Anyway, that was quite the detour, but I do want to quickly show how the missions work. I do want to make my own editor for this, because editing them in here is a bit annoying. But missions are a map of names to structures, and the structure is a title, description, objectives that you need to complete, and then rewards you get at the end. Rewards are just instanced objects. So this, for example, is a rings reward, and it just gives you rings when you finish the mission. The objectives, also instance objects. This actor mission objective, for example, finds the actor of this class in the world with whatever specified tag. They also have titles and descriptions so that you know what it is. It needs to have a specific interface, and then it implements the interface, and then you can, you know, essentially have the actor control the objective via the interface. And then, you know, you can start another mission objective that's like completely separate or something. As if you have, you know, the last mission, the last objective of a mission, you're like, I want to start a completely different mission. Then you can specify, you know, the mission that you want to start. Or if you want to, you know, say, I want the player to have a specific amount of resources to complete this objective, then, you know, you can specify what the resource is and how many, things like that. And then the dialogue. You show the dialogue. Interact with this. Top left, it says, hi, cool beans, yeah, finish dialogue. And then the second, finish dialogue, straight into ice skating, and then finish dialogue. That's because this has a dialogue structure in it, which has groups of dialogue, once again named to structure. The structure has an array of lines, which has, you know, the text and then whatever font info for like the UI stuff when I get around to making it. We say hi, cool beans, whatever, and then they have effects that trigger at the end of whatever the thing is. So second has this start dialogue group effect. You also have a mission, start mission effect, which you just specify what the mission is and its objective. So the start dialogue effect is literally just specifying the ID of what dialogue to start. So ice skating. So as soon as this line finishes, the last index line finishes, this is called. This then goes straight into ice skating, which is what's happening here. As you can see, we go the second, we finish it, and it goes straight into ice skating. That's that. I just thought I might as well start sharing progress updates or something of this game. I don't know, it's very early on still, but I just thought it'd be cool. I do want to see something actually quickly, because this lighting is baked in, what's it even baked in? Preview mode. If I build it in production mode, what's the quality difference like? that looks the same. Although I am on low. It's the same. It looks the same. Okay, brilliant. Yeah, also notice how low and cinematic look the same, except for the post-process effects that, you know, have very subtle changes with, like, just how it looks around the edges and stuff. There's a very subtle vignette or whatever. But the actual shadows and stuff, they don't change. They don't change. So low and cinematic are more or less the same. I'm currently trying to make a page on my website for this game, and I'm trying to make it in, like, you know, as like 2004, 2005 kind of style as possible. Currently it's very simple, very basic. It's not online yet because it's not in a kind of ready state. But when I figure out a UI style for this, that's when the website can be, like, you know, actually have lots of time invested into it. I've got like, you know, the basic layout and content stuff. I just don't have the style and theme and pizzazz, because obviously I want the style of the website to match the style of the game, and obviously I don't have the style of the game yet, because I haven't made any actual assets for it. This is just the Sonic Runners model that I found on Sketchfab. So when I get the style, when I create, a nice UI style and stuff, that's when I can go full out with the website and actually put it online. It's not going to have much information on it yet, because I don't want to reveal too much about the game, but this is it so far. That's the game so far. You don't play as Sonic. It's a Sonic fan game where you don't play as Sonic. What more could you want?